Eat your way to calm, right? Eat right, less stress sounds like a good deal. Especially during the holidays when the last thing on your wish list is more stress, right? After all, over time, stress can increase your risk of fatigue, high blood pressure, heart disease, and even belly fat. So in this episode, I'm going to help you start the season right by stocking up on these 10 foods that are made for fighting holiday insanity. Hey, I'm Stephanie Phillips Markstein, and I help health conscious people optimize their physical and emotional well-being so that they can show up in the world as the best and most confident version of themselves. So on the list, number 1, and these are not in any particular order, just top 10, blood oranges. It's a good thing that this produce pick is in season during the winter because it has more vitamin C than its bloodless counterpart. They are a perfect quick defense against drama. In a study published in the journal Psychopharmacology, German researchers attempted to stress out 120 people by asking them to give a speech and then answer difficult math problems. And the researchers found out that those participants who had been given high doses of vitamin C before the stress test had lower blood pressure levels and concentrations of the stress hormone cortisol, which, as we know, can cause belly fat, among other things. Number 2, oatmeal. As we know, a perky disposition depends on carbs. Well, at least it does for me anyway. Serotonin is your brain's primary mood-boosting neurotransmitter, and it comes from the amino acid tryptophan, which needs carbohydrates to reach the brain. The problem is, as cute as Christmas cookies are, the refined carbs in cookies spur an overproduction of insulin that's not only linked to sugar crashes, but it spikes stress hormones as well. So reach for the gooey oatmeal instead. It contains healthy carbohydrates and the fiber needed to boost your serotonin levels for a full 3 hours. Number 3, chamomile tea. Stress time is the perfect tea time. In a recent study from the University of Pennsylvania, adults with mild to moderate generalized anxiety disorder who took chamomile extract for 8 weeks saw greater reductions in anxiety than those who just took a placebo. Plus, according to the University of Maryland Medical Center, chamomile promotes sleep so that your body can get the rest that it needs to deal with those stressors. Number 4, turkey. Yay, turkey. Who cares about Family Feuds when you're coasting through a turkey coma? That's because turkey contains high concentrations of tryptophan, which is broken down to form serotonin, which induces feelings of calm and even helps your body make those sleep-inducing melatonin. But remember that if that tryptophan is going to reach your brain, you need to pair it with carbs. Hence the discussion we talked about a minute ago. Enter the famous Thanksgiving leftover sandwich, or Christmas at this point. Number 5, almonds. So what can't these guys do? Almonds are brimming with vitamin E and vitamin B, which may protect both your immune system and your mood. A handful of almonds packs about 20% of your daily recommended intake of magnesium, which fights free radicals in your body. And not getting enough magnesium can even cause fatigue and trigger migraine headaches. And since, according to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, nearly 7 out of 10 Americans don't get enough magnesium, you can bet that low levels of magnesium can have you on edge. Number 6, grass-fed beef, and I swear by this. Happy cows make for truly happy meals. Grass-fed beef contains more omega-3s and fewer omega-6s than its grain-fed counterpart, helping to mediate mood-wrecking inflammation in the body. Plus, it's a great source of the amino acid creatine, which can lift depression in women, according to a study in 2012 that was published in the American Journal of Psychiatry. Researchers actually believe that by increasing the energy available to the brain, creatine may help people better wrap their minds around problems. The result, those problems feel, a lot smaller. Number 7, sweet potatoes. So here's a whole new reason to give thanks. With more nutrients than their colorless cousin, sweet potatoes are an excellent source of the antioxidant lycopene, which improves mood by preventing the formation of pro-inflammatory compounds like interleukin-6 that are linked to depression. So sweet potatoes are also high in other mood enhancers like B6 and magnesium again, another magnesium-rich food. Number 8, salmon. All omega-3 fatty acids are good for you, but when it comes to battling holiday stress, DHA and EPA are the ones you need, and those are found primarily in fatty fish like salmon. They support healthy brain cell function, endorphin levels, and positive moods by keeping cortisol and adrenaline levels in check. Plus, just one serving of salmon contains more than half of your recommended daily allowances of vitamin D, which most women fail to meet during the winter because of a lack of sunlight. In fact, there was a University of Texas study that found that the lower your blood levels of vitamin D, the greater your chance of having clinical depression. So there you go. Number 9, lentils, which I'm not a big fan, but they are really good for you. And they are kind of the perfect comfort food. And not just because they're hearty and filling and perfectly warm on cold winter days, but more importantly, they're packed with depression-fighting folate, which helps make serotonin and dopamine, possibly explaining why up to half of people who suffer from depression have low folate levels. Folate is so important to mood that many antidepressant medications even contain the nutrient. If you find yourself experiencing more highs than the lows, or more high lows than chronic lows, that's great. Lentils are also a great source of fiber, which can help stabilize blood sugar levels and keep you from snapping under stress. And finally, number 10 in the top 10, oysters. These suggestive shellfish contain more than 7 times the zinc of serving of any other food. Why does that matter? Because zinc deficiency can cause depression and anxiety, and a supplementation is an effective form of treatment, according to a 2010 study from the Florida State University College of Medicine. But if seafood isn't your thing, you can actually get zinc also from cuts of beef, hopefully grass-fed beef, and poultry. While whole grains and fortified breakfast cereals also contain zinc, their phytates can inhibit zinc's absorption into the body and can dull its effect. So while your breakfast cereals say that they are fortified with zinc, you're probably not absorbing it the way you should be. So it's better to get it directly from the foods that are rich in zinc, like I said, oysters and grass-fed beef and poultry. So I hope this has been helpful. Just a quick top 10 list of foods that will help to kind of mitigate some of the stress that your body goes through during the holidays. And a lot of that's very normal, but it's good to help, kind of head it out the door if we can, and try not to have so much stress in our lives. I hope this has been helpful. If this is the kind of subject you like, you can always tune into my Saturdays with Stephanie at 10 a.m. on Facebook. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.